What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and in today's video I'm going to show you the best Pokemon you should build to defeat the 7-star raid Cinderace in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And of course, guys, you're new to the channel, you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, I really appreciate it. So I did a stream yesterday, and this stream where I destroyed this Cinderace multiple times, even one-shot this thing in a online setting, and it's very easy to do. And I have a bunch of builds to share with you. And before we dive into the builds, let's break down Cinderace. So Cinderace has 5 moves in the raid: High Jump Kick, Pyro Ball, Acrobatics, and Iron Head. And it also has Bulk Up. Bulk Up is actually really terrifying. It'll be bulking up, increasing its attack and defense stats by 1 stage, and that can be really scary. So we gotta watch out for that. But having something that could deal with fire and fighting is going to be huge because it is a fighting Terra Pokemon. So it's going to have Stab, High Jump Kick, and Stab, Pyro Ball too. And Acrobatics, a little bit scary because it has no item, but we can deal with it. And the Pokemon in the next session will easily be able to handle the Cinderace. And the first build I'm going to share with you today is Slowbro. And Slowbro is honestly the best Pokemon for this raid series. It is an absolute phenomenal Pokemon with high defenses, high HP, and it resists fire. It resists steel because Cinderace has Iron Head, and it resists fighting, which is the High Jump Kick. The only move that's actually going to do good damage against Slowbro is the Acrobatics. And Slowbro is going to be going max HP, max special attack with a plus special attack, modest nature, minus attack. Ability doesn't really matter. I run Oblivious. The big thing about Slowbro is Iron Defense, Nasty Plot, Stored Power is our trifecta of a moveset. Iron Defense is going to give us +2 defense, and +2 defense is a lot. So how you play Slowbro? You use Iron Defense 3 times in a row, then Nasty Plot 3 times in a row. So now your defense and your special attack are at +6. Then we're going to use the move Stored Power, which is a psychic move, which we do get stab damage, and it's super effective against the Cinderace. What is so good about Stored Power is whenever you get a buff, you gain 20 more points of damage to this move, right? So 1 Iron Defense makes this move go from 20 power to 60 power. Now, if you have 12 buffs, which is +6 Iron Defense, +6 Nasty Plots, you're going to be hitting a tactical nuke at this bunny. And the beauty of this is it's also stab, and it's super effective, and you have +6 special attack. So that's also boosting your special attack stat. So this makes you an absolute beast. And the item we're going to be using is Expert Bell or Twisted Spoon. Both do the exact same thing here. They increase the damage you're doing by 20% because it's super effective, or for Twisted Spoon because it's a psychic move. Both increase by 20%. Doesn't really matter which one you use. Last move is Slack Off. Slack Off is just in case your teammates are not cheering heals for you, because you are the main character, star of the show in that regard. You're the one who's going to be one-shotting this bunny because you're one of the few Pokemon that can actually one-shot the Cinderace. If they're not healing for you, you're going to have to use a Slack Off, which does suck, but it does give you back 50% of your life, and that's going to be really important to survive in this raid. But hopefully the online players are helping you out. Now, next up, we have Armarouge, and Armarouge is 100% the best support Pokemon of this raid series. And for support Armarouge, we go max HP, max defense, bold nature, which is plus defense minus attack. The ability doesn't matter. You don't want weak armor. That's going to be bad because Cinderace increases attack up with bulk up, and you don't want to lower your defense. So you want Flash Fire. Flash Fire makes you immune to fire attacks, which means you're immune to Pyro Ball, and that's going to be phenomenal. Because we are running full support, the moves we need to run is Reflect. Honestly, on turn 1 is going to be very important. That's essentially +2 defense for everyone on the team. That's going to be really good. And we actually combine that with the item Light Clay. Light Clay increases the turns of Reflect from 5 turns to 8 turns. So that's going to be really important that you use Reflect once, and it's going to stay up there for the rest of the match. And that's going to be very vital. And then after Reflect, you're going to have Acid Spray. Acid Spray is a phenomenal move because it does 40 damage, but it also lowers your special defense by 2 stages. So combining that with Slowbro, if you get the Cinderace to -6 special defense, and the Slowbro hits that maxed out stored power, that is a one-shot. And you don't even need to hit 6. You just have to get it to -4, which is just 2 Acid Sprays. So at -4, it will still one-shot with Slowbro. So keep that in mind. Psychic Terrain is nice to put out. It gives everyone a psychic damage boost, which is really nice. Slowbro enjoys it too, just in case it doesn't have +6/+6. Then you can use the Psychic Terrain, and that's going to be really helpful. I would use Psychic Terrain after using Reflect, Acid Spray 3 times, and then Psychic Terrain. So then lastly is Clear Smog. Clear Smog is if you get in a situation where the Cinderace puts its shields up and then the Slowbro hit it, but it obviously doesn't kill it because the shields were up, but it does a lot of damage. The Cinderace is going to remove all of the stat buffs of your side of your field, and it's also going to remove all its debuffs. This is when you're going to want to use Clear Smog when the shields go down, right? And it uses bulk up 3 times. When the shields go down, it uses bulk up 3 times. You need a Clear Smog to remove that +1 attack, +1 defense, or +3 attack, +3 defense, whatever situation that Cinderace is in. You could also potentially use Clear Smog on turn 1 because it always starts the fight with a bulk up. So if you have 2 Armor Rouges, one can use Reflect and one can use Clear Smog, then you got the defense up for everyone, and then you also have neutered the Cinderace a little bit as well. Now, if you want an offensive Armor Rouge, we have a build for you too. I will say this offensive Armor Rouge is not as good as the support variant, and Slowbro does outclass it, and Slowbro can also solo the Cinderace as well, but this Armor Rouge can also solo too, so it's going to be up to you. So Armor Rouge is going to have max HP, max special attack, modest nature, plus special attack, minus attack. Flash Fire, once again, be immune to Pyro Ball. So in this case, Psychic Terrain is going to be really important because Psychic Terrain is going to boost the damage of Expanding Force, and this is going to be very important to put up. So turn 1, Reflect. Turn 2, Psychic Terrain, and then you're going to start spamming Expanding Forces. Whenever Cinderace uses a bulk up, you're going to Clear Smog to remove those buffs. And of course, you're going to want to heal with cheers and things like that. This build can very easily solo the Cinderace. It will take some time, but it will work. And the item I recommend is going to be Terrain Extender because you don't want to worry about your terrain staying up. So this will make the terrain last, instead of 5 turns, it's going to be 8 turns. And that's going to be really nice. If you want to do it Reflect with Light Clay, you can do that as well. You could also put an Expert Belt or a Twisted Spoon if you want more damage. It's going to be up to you on how you want to run the offensive Armor Rouge, but that is my personal recommendation on that. Now for 2 more support Pokemon, which I think are really interesting, especially this one. We have Dragalge, and Dragalge with Black Sludge to give us some little bit of bulk and healing, you know. Dragalge is going to be running max HP with max defense with a bold nature, which is plus defense minus attack, ability adaptability, which means it essentially doubles the damage. It's like stab on stab, so you do more damage with your moves. So what makes this Pokemon really good, it's just like Armor Rouge, it gets Acid Spray, and once again, Acid Spray is going to be the best move for support Pokemon to have in this meta right now, as they're going to lower that special defense by 2, and it works through shields as well. Now, Chilling Water is phenomenal because it also deals some damage, but you are going to lower the Cinderace's attack by 1 stage, which is really nice. And then what I really like is Mud Slap here, because a Mud Slap will lower the accuracy of the Cinderace's attack, which is actually really funny. And because it's a secondary effect, just like Chilling Water and Acid Spray, the accuracy will always go through shields too. So that's really funny. I actually think this is a little bit better than running Smokescreen on it, and the accuracy is 100. And Acid Armor is just a poison type iron defense to give yourself some nice bulk. Your goal is just to survive as long as possible, disrupt the Cinderace by lowering its accuracy, lowering its attack, and lowering its special defense, and then use healing cheers to help your team out, or use the defense cheer or attack cheer. And remember that attack cheer and defense cheers do not stack, so only use it once per the raid unless the Cinderace wipes all the stat changes. And then the last support Pokemon that I really like is going to be Slowking. Slowking is the defense variant to Slowbro in this meta, and I really like Slowking because you run max HP with max defense. Mine's currently max special attack, but you want to go max HP, max defense, and you want to go with a bold nature. Mine is not finished, but mine is attack plus defense. And you're going to run Slack Off, Psychic Terrain, Reflect, and Chilling Water. So sort of similar to how Dragalge is going to be running. Chilling Water is going to lower that attack stat by 1, but you have Reflect on here, which is really nice. So everyone on your team essentially gets a free +2 defense, which you always want to do on turn 1. Psychic Terrain to boost the psychic damage of your teammates, which is always nice. Helps out any offensive Armor Rouges as well with Expanding Force. Definitely helps out that Slowbro doing massive damage. And Slack Off to heal yourself if you need a big heal. And then Terrain Extender or Light Clay if you want to extend that Psychic Terrain, or that Light Clay to extend that Reflect. It's up to you. I sort of actually do prefer Light Clay in this case, so I would go with Light Clay. But those are definitely the 5 builds that I like the most right now for Cinderace and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And here is a video of me doing this online with people in my Discord, running Slowbro and Armarouge to show you that one-shot capability. All right, so this is how we're just gonna come in and one-shot it. It's gonna be pretty simple here, guys. It's gonna be pretty simple. So versus the Slowbro side of things here, guys, remember, Iron Defense 3 times, then Nasty Plot 3 times, and hit that stored power. The Armarouges will be using Reflect on turn 1. And then Armarouge will be using Acid Spray until it's -6. And then Armarouge wants to put up Psychic Terrain. So then we can do maximum damage with the stored powers. And we got a full shiny squad. Let's get it. Let's get it, boys and girls. Armarouge also can use Clear Smog on turn 1 and then Reflect. That's another option too. But after a couple of Iron Defenses, we're not going to be afraid of anything at this point, which is pretty chill. The worst thing that can happen to you is you get crit, which is 4% chance of happening. So, I mean, you have a 4% chance every turn that your build gets destroyed, but to be fair, that would happen with any Pokemon. And of course, the Armarouges will want to heal as well, as they did right on cue when we get a little bit low. Because even if we do get crit, we'll survive after these heals. And we got Psychic Terrain up, so now we're just going to start Nasty Plotting, plot up a Storm. And if he doesn't get the shields up, we one-shot. If he does get his shield up, then we do get a 2-shot if both of us hit a stored power. Of course, if he does reset us after setting up a shield, then we will have to reset up, but it's not too bad because we have Iron Defense, we have Survivability, and we're going to be good to go. So this plan is pretty foolproof as long as you don't get hit by a crit. That's pretty much the only concern, and that's only a 4% chance of happening. So it's really not that big of a concern. One more Nasty Plot, and then I'm going to go for that stored power. Or Evan here is going to go for the stored power because we're both doing it. He's slightly ahead of me. And I'm going to go for the Tactical Nuke next and see if I can get it off. But honestly, Slowbro is phenomenal. Just has that bulk, has that natural special attack stat. And that's a one-shot, one-kill on the Cinderace. And there you go. That is how you just one-shot that Cinderace. 2 Armarouges, 2 Slowbros. Perfect combination. You can do 3 Armarouges, 1 Slowbro as well. I do recommend at least 2 Armarouges because it just makes it easier, less pressure into Armarouge player. And that is how you just one-shot the brand new 7-star raid for Cinderace. Fast and easy and simple. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button too.